Hi, I'm Christian Dominic from AWE Digital Wellness. Welcome to this reset about something profound, your commitment and contribution in a world that can feel cold, indifferent, even uncaring. I know you felt it, the sense that nothing you do matters, that the world is too big, too broken, too indifferent to care about your efforts, that your kindness goes unnoticed, your work unappreciated, your love unreturned. I know you've wondered, what's the point? Why commit to anything when it all seems so meaningless? Today, I want to show you something that changes everything, not through positive thinking or empty reassurance, but through seeing what's actually there. As you may know, commitment and contribution are part of my 13 C's framework for happiness. So settle in. You don't have to believe me. I'm just here to help you be happy. This time, don't look at your watch for this one. We're just going to be having fun. Get comfortable. Let your body relax. Be calm, cool. Let your mind be flexible, like some yoga pose, and not flexible like your mortgage interest rate. None of that money talk or money worry now. Only flourishing and fulfillment. Yep, buckle up. We'll just take a few breaths to arrive here fully and let your nervous system recalibrate, reset, recharge. So let's breathe in together for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2 and out for 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, in for a count of 4. 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2 and out for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can also stretch a little bit, your arms, your legs, your neck, whatever you feel needs to be stretched. And let's get into it. The world feels uncaring because you think you're separate from it. You think that there's you and the world, two different things. And the world seems immensely vast, powerful, and mostly indifferent and uncaring. And you seem small, powerless, and insignificant, even if you have an ego. Your significance is doubtful. But this is all an illusion, and a very convincing one, but an illusion nonetheless. For instance, look at your hand. This hand you think of yours is separate from the world, but where did it come from? The atoms in your hands were billions of years old. They were forged in ages where dinosaurs lived, and even further, they were forged in dying stars. They'd been part of rock, oceans, plants, animals, and other humans. They've cycled through the earth countless times. Now you can close your eyes and imagine the water in your cells right now. The water has been in rain, rivers, oceans, clouds. It has been inside bees, birds, ancient trees, and your ancestors. that had to mate for you to be here. And it's the same water, just temporarily organized as you. The oxygen you're breathing, you probably know this, plants created it. The food that became your body, it came from soil, sun, water, the work of farmers, the transportation networks, the grocery clerk who stocked the shelf. And now, relatively fresh fruit can even be delivered straight to your doorstep. Isn't that amazing? The food that you ate went through all this, plants and human and machine, and you still think you're alone and your small contribution does not matter? Think again. You're not separate from any of this. You are the temporary pattern that the universe is making. You are the world experiencing itself as a human being for a brief yet precious time. There is no you and the world. There is only one thing, existence expressing itself as everything, including you. Say this: I am not in the world, I am the world. Again, I am not in the world, I am the world experiencing itself. Say, there is no separation, there has never been separation. But why does that matter? And why are we talking about this when we're trying to find more commitment and contribution and happiness in this cold world? Why should we care? Well, this is what the ancient wisdom tradition discovered and what modern physics confirm. Everything is just one thing, not connected to everything, not part of everything, just is everything. The consciousness looking out through your eyes is the same consciousness looking out through every pair of eyes, the same awareness, the same presence, the same existence. When you see another person, you're not seeing someone separate from you. You're seeing yourself in a different form. When they suffer, you suffer. Literally, not metaphorically, even though I love poetry. This is the reality. When you experience joy, the world experiences joy. And when they experience happiness, you experience happiness. The universe is not full of separate things bumping into each other. It's one seamless whole, one unified field playing all the parts simultaneously. You are the universe pretending to be a person named whoever is listening right now, and probably a name you did not even choose. Me, I am the universe pretending to be Christian Dominic. Your neighbor is the universe pretending to be themselves. The tree outside is the universe pretending to be that tree. In fact, it's all one consciousness, one existence, one beautiful, impossible, creative dance. Why does this matter again? Because when you realize this, truly realize it, the question we had, does the world care, becomes absurd. Why would the world care? You are the world. The caring you feel, that is the world caring. Through you, as you. Every act of kindness, of compassion you perform, the universe is being kind to itself. Every commitment you make, the universe is committing to itself. Every contribution you offer, the universe is contributing to its own unfolding. You're not separate from it trying to matter to something indifferent. You're it expressing care, commitment, and contribution through this particular form you maintain wanting to call you, I, myself, or me. But don't care too much about you. Don't care too much about the perception you have of others, which themselves have a limited perception of the false image that they may have of the fleeting form of you. Their image of you is already not true, as everything is changing from one moment to the next. And it was never true in the first place. It's subjective, it's illusions and falsehood when we are only one, and the only truth is you contribute, like it or not. You're part of it, you are it. So might as well contribute consciously with awareness and awe. But you might think, I'm just one person, one tiny speck in a vast universe. What difference does my contribution make? Well, here's the truth. Your contribution is literally unrepeatable. The universe has been unfolding for 13.8 billion years, and in all that time, in all that space, there has never been anyone exactly like you. Your specific combination of genetics, experiences, perspectives, talents, wounds, wisdom, it has never existed before and will never exist again. Even though your romantic relationships and company might make you feel that you are replaceable, you are not replaceable. You are not interchangeable with anyone else. You're a unique expression of existence that can only happen once. You are, in fact, a Big Bang. You're a unique expression of the universe. When you contribute through your work, your relationships, your art, your presence, your kindness, you're offering something that has never been offered before and can never be offered again. Think about the people who've mattered most in your life. Could anyone else have been them? Could anyone else have exactly said the things you said in that moment? And it was probably similarly when you needed someone, they said exactly what you needed to hear in that moment. So tell me, could anyone else have loved you the way they did? No, they were irreplaceable. And so are you. Perhaps their child needs your love. Does not need a generic love. Your partner needs your presence, not just any presence. Your work needs your particular way of seeing and doing things. The world doesn't need you to be spectacular. It needs you to be you, fully, completely, without apology or delusion, without illusion or delusion. Every moment you show up as yourself, humble, vulnerable, committed, you're giving the universe something it has never had before and will never have again. That's not small, that's sacred. Let's talk about what contribution actually looks like because I think you have the wrong idea about it. You think contribution has to be grand, important, recognized. You think it's about changing the world, leaving a legacy, maybe being remembered. But look around at what sustains life, what matters. Someone grew the food you ate today. They planted seeds, tended soil, harvest crops, perhaps killed animals. For you, you don't know their name, and they don't know yours, but they fed you. They kept you alive. Someone designed the chair you're sitting on right now. They thought about ergonomics, design, materials, aesthetics. You never met them, but they're supporting you right now. Someone maintained the road you drove on. I'm sure someone built your home. Someone taught you to read. Someone was kind to you once when you needed it, and you've probably forgotten, but it mattered. Life is sustained by billions of unremarkable, unrecognized contributions, anonymous acts of care and kindness, quiet commitments, ordinary people showing up, doing their part, keeping the whole thing running. This is where real beauty lives, not in the spectacular, but in the faithful, not in the recognized, but in the consistent. You making dinner for your family, that's contribution. You showing up to work and doing it well, that's contribution. You smiling at a stranger, you keeping a promise when it's inconvenient, that's contribution. None of it will be remembered in 100 years. All of it matters completely. Now, in the future, intemporally. This is your innate immortality. The universe doesn't judge contribution by scale, it experiences it all equally. The cup of water you give to someone thirsty is as much the universe caring for itself as $1 million or $1 billion donation. Your ordinary life, lived with commitment and care, is your contribution. You don't need to add something extra to matter. You already matter. You're already contributing by being here, by being you. But here's the hard part: commitment without guarantee. You can't know that your efforts will succeed. You can't know that people will appreciate what you give. And you don't know that your love will be returned. You can't know that your hard, thoughtful work will be recognized. The world doesn't come with guarantees and doesn't promise that your commitment will be rewarded or that your contribution will be acknowledged. So why commit? Why contribute? Because that's what love does. Not the romantic version, the real version. Real love gives without needing to receive. Real love contributes without needing recognition. Real love commits without guarantee of outcome. Not because it's noble or virtuous, but because love is the universe caring for itself, and the universe doesn't need a reason to exist, to create, to care. It just does. That is nature. You are that nature. When you commit, when you contribute, you're not being a good person or doing the right thing. You're being pure existence expressing itself through care, creativity, perhaps compassion, commitment, connection. The parent who stays up with the sick child, they're not thinking, Will this be appreciated? They're just loving. That's what love does. The artist who creates, knowing no one may see it, they're not thinking, will this art be recognized? They're just creating. That's what creativity does. The person who chooses integrity when no one is watching, they're not thinking, will this act be rewarded? Commitment without guarantee isn't sacrifice, it's necessity for both happiness and growth. You don't have to be the GOAT, greatest of all time. Just be. Just be your best every minute. Not kind of your best, but your real best. You know what I mean. Be inspired. Know you can do it. Impossible is already you being alive. So nothing is impossible. Keep contributing, even if no one believes in you. The universe does. Here's something you need to understand. You have no idea what your contribution does. You think you can measure it, you think you can see its effects, but you can't. You can only see the small, immediate, obvious results. You can't see the ripples. The smile you gave to that big grocery clerk, maybe they were having a terrible day, and that moment of recognition reminded them they matter. And they went home and were kinder to their kid. And that kid felt love in a moment they needed. And years later, that became part of who they are. You'll never know, but it happened. The work you do well, even when no one noticed, maybe it makes someone else's job easier or someone's life a little bit better. Maybe it makes someone have a little bit more energy for their family at night, and that cascades forward. The promise you kept, maybe it restored someone's faith that people can be trustworthy, and that helped them take risks that they would otherwise not. That risk perhaps changed their life or changed other people's life. You'll never see the full impact of your contribution ever because it extends beyond what you can perceive, beyond what anyone can track. There's no metrics, there's no measurement, but it's there, it's real. Every act of care, every moment of commitment, every contribution, they all ripple outward in ways you cannot imagine. The universe is not a collection of isolated events, it's a web of interconnection. Everything you do affects everything else, always, forever. You don't need to see the results are happening, whether you see them or not. And here is where we land. You can choose to believe the illusion that you're separate, that the world is indifferent, that your contribution doesn't matter, that commitment is pointless without guarantee. Or you can see what's true, that you are the world, that your contribution is unrepeatable, unmistakable, that commitment is love expressing itself, and that your impact extends far beyond what you can see, and perhaps far beyond your wildest dreams. So, do you want to choose that illusion of separateness, or do you want to be connected and contribute with commitment? Both options are available every moment you choose. When you choose commitment, you're not fighting against an uncaring world. You're recognizing yourself as the world, caring for itself through you. When you choose contribution, you're not trying to prove your significance. You're expressing the significance that already exists and it's true. It isn't about making a difference. You are the difference. Your existence is the contribution. The only question is whether you'll practice participating in it consciously or unconsciously, fully or partially, with commitment or with hesitation. The world, which is you, needs you to participate, not because it's lacking without you, but because your particular expression of existence only happens once now, and it's beautiful, it matters, and it's needed. Say this: I am not separate from this world. I am this world expressing itself. My contribution is unrepeatable and, dare I say, sacred. I commit fully without needing to see all the results. And my ordinary life, lived with care, is my greatest offering. When you open your eyes in a moment, you'll be right back in your ordinary life: dishes to wash, emails to answer, people to care for, work to do, promises to keep. That's a lot, and you can do it, but none of it will seem spectacular. All of it may seem mundane, repetitive, unglamorous. But now you know this ordinary life is your sacred contribution. This is how the universe cares for itself through you, as you. Every moment you show up, really show up, fully committed, fully present, you're giving something unrepeatable. You're offering something beautiful. You're participating in the universe loving itself. And that matters, not because someone says it matters, but because it's true. Not because you'll be recognized or rewarded. And if you are, that's okay. And if you're not, that's also okay. Be happy and in awe, knowing this deeply, that it matters, that it's okay. And you don't need to be more than you are. You don't need to do more than you're doing. You just need to do it fully, committedly, with awareness of what's actually true. So let's do one final breath as we end today's reset. In for 4, I am the world. Hold for 2, and out for 6. I contribute through my being. Again, in for 4. I commit without guarantee. Hold for 2, and exhale. Because that's what love does. One more. In for 4. My ordinary life is sacred. Hold for 2, and out for 7. I show up fully. Slowly bring your awareness back, feel your body, notice the room, and when you're ready, open your eyes slowly, or if they're open already, look deeply, intensely. Go live your sacred, ordinary, unrepeatable, unmistakable life. Commit fully, contribute freely, love without needing it returned. Not because the world needs you to, but because that's what you do. Whoever your name happens to be, forget the labels. Just be present, be kind, compassionate, and creative in your own quirky way. Digital wellness honors your commitment and your contribution. Have a day of conscious participation in this beautiful, unified, interconnected world. Thank you, and see you soon.